Hi drummers, hope you're well. Right, little one for you here about developing your bass drum in your 16th note feel. Now, a 16th note feel can be played two ways. It can be played all with one stick, your lead stick, so-called on the hi-hat, like this. Or it can be played with two sticks on the hi-hat, which typically you would do at like faster tempos like this. Now, if that's new to you, probably this isn't quite the video for you quite at this point. If those things are new to you, I would say go back, and I'll put a link to these in the description below. Check out the videos that recap them and get that going. This video is sort of building on that. So this kind of assumes you've got the basic version of the groove going. In fact, groove number 1 on this sheet is that in the, for both ways where you play it with one stick or two. And then what I'm going to present here is 8 different variations just to get you going with moving the bass drum around a little bit. So you know when you hear a drummer play, or with two sticks on the hi-hat, and, you know, just starting to move the bass drum around a little bit and be creative and improvise with it, or just play more busy, complicated parts. We're just starting to develop that skill. Absolutely crucial skill, man. So let's take a look at it. I'll go through each one in turn and demonstrate it. There's also, I've notated these out on a sheet for you. Normally, the notations for these videos are a channel member thing. Today, I've decided just to put this up for everyone, man. So anyone who wants to can download this sheet and get to work on these. I'll take them each in turn. I'll play them both with one stick on the hi-hat and with two sticks on the hi-hat. Now remember, these are just bass drum variations today, so the sticks are always going to play the same thing. If you're playing one hand, you're always going to play that. And if you're playing two hands, all right. When you're playing two hands, obviously on the notation, I've written the hi-hat where the snare drum happens. And obviously if you're playing the double-handed, the two-hand or hand-to-hand version or single-stroke roll version, there actually isn't a hi-hat where the snare drum is. But rather than write it all out twice, I wrote it once. So here we go. Number 1 is exactly that. One hand on the hi-hat. So the bass drum here is on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, and with two hands, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So that's our starting point. On number 2, we're just going to add an extra bass drum here. This is going to go in the second half of the bar. We're going to play bass drums here on 3 and. What I really like about playing 16th note feel is those 16th notes on the hi-hat or even the ride, they give you a little grid, don't they? A 16th note or semi-quaver grid that we're then sort of choosing to drop our notes into. So if we play number 2, it'll sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Coordination-wise, with one stick on the hi-hat, I always feel that's a little simpler. When we go to two sticks on the hi-hat now for groove number 2, what we'll find is it's a little bit trickier, but still not too bad. The first 4 on this sheet, by the way, I've written as, I think they're the grade 1 and 2 level. And the main reason they are is because the bass drum will always sync up with your lead stick. That is, if you're right-handed, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, the bass drum will always the bass drum will always sync along with your right stick. Hopefully the bass drum won't stink. So you'll always play the kick in sync with your right stick on numbers 1 to 4 if you're right-handed. Number 2, here it comes. 2 hands on the hi-hat. Okay, number 3, I'll play it with one hand on the hi-hat first. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. So the bass drum here is on the and of beat 2, and then on beat 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Cool. Did I play it right the first time? Hopefully I did. I'll play it one last time. Number 3. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. It's been a long day, man. And then let's do number 3. 2 sticks on the hi-hat. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You got it? Number 4. 1 stick on the hi-hat. Bass drum here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so a little bit more funky, but still here relatively simple, just about in the grade 2 range, I reckon. Number 4. 1 stick on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 sticks on the hi-hat. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. All right, now number 5 to 8, like I say, they just move on a little bit. And here, especially when you're playing 2 sticks on the hi-hat, could be a little bit more of a coordination challenge. Sometimes here you'll find your bass drum syncing up with the left stick hi-hat hit as well as with the right. Here's number 5, 1 stick on the hi-hat first up. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're getting that? So the bass drum is on the 1 and the 3, but also on the 1E and just before the snare. Let's play it now. Number 5, 2 sticks on the hi-hat. So the first bass drum each time is going to sync with your right stick if you're right-handed, and the second one on the upbeat 16th will sync with the left stick. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 4E and a. One thing to watch out for if you're just getting into this level, drummers around the grade 3, 4 level, sometimes, quite often in fact, when they're first learning this, do a thing instinctively where they just leave out the hi-hat altogether when the bass drum is in that position. Watch out for that. Make sure you're not going. Make sure you are hitting that left stick as you hit the bass drum. That leaving it out might be a thing, of course. That might, like artistically, there might be a reason why you do that, but that's not the kind of default mode. That's not what we're doing here. The idea here is we're playing consistent 16th notes on the hi-hat all the way through. Okay, number 6, 1 stick on the hi-hat. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So a sneaky little bass drum here on the E of beat 2. That's going to be with a left stick, isn't it, if we play 2 hands? Here it comes. Okay, number 7, 1 stick on the hi-hat. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a classic grade 3. 2 little 16th notes on the kick next to each other. And a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. Okay, I'm going to play it now with 2 sticks on the hi-hat. The 3 moment is going to be in sync. The bass drum is going to be in sync with left, right with your sticks. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a left, right. And finally, number 8, I just kind of put this in for a bit of fun. It's a bit more busy, and this is right on the edge of grade 4, I reckon. Right stick on the hi-hat all the way, first of all, or lead stick on the hi-hat. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And then 2 sticks on the hi-hat. So here the bass drum will go on the right stick on the 1, on the E, and the on beat 2 that'll be with the left stick, On the 3-E-ander, it's going to go right, left, and finally 4-E-ander, no bass drums. So 2 sticks on the hi-hat. Number 8. 1-E-ander, 2-E-ander, 3-E-ander, 4-E-ander. Bit of a funky one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll play through the whole lot with 1 stick on the hi-hat, and then I'll play through the whole lot with 2 sticks on the hi-hat. I'll do like 3 bar. I'll do a 4-bar loop of each one, and I'll play a little drum fill at the end of each 4th bar, just to kind of mark the changes to the next one. Here we go. 1 stick on the hi-hat, number 1, and. Here's the 2nd bar. Here's the 3rd bar. Okay, drum fill into number 2. Number 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You get it? 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4 and. Okay, into number 3. 2 and 3 and 4. This is number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and drum fill into number 4. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, drum fill into 5. 3-E and a 4 and 1-E and a 2 and 3-E and a 4 and 1-E and a 2 and 3-E and a 4 and into number 6. And a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E, 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E and a into number 7. 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and drum fill. Number 8. 1-E and a 2-E and a 3 and a 4 and 1-E and a 2 and 4. Okay, I'll now play through the whole lot. 2 sticks on the hi-hat. 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4. Number 1. I'm going to pick this up slightly. Drum fill. Number 2, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Number 3, 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E. Into number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Into number 5. 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E and 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E. Number 6. 1-E and a 2-E and a 3-E and a 4-E. Into number 7. This is number 7. Number 8. I'll do that one again. All right. I must practice them before in between writing them and doing these videos, I must actually practice them myself. Cool, very nice. So yeah, lovely little drill, absolutely perfect little skill builder. And once you've got the hang of each of those, what you could do, of course, is put some music on, groove along, man, just move in between them, just get to know these. And all the time, I mean, there's just so much value and so much benefit you can get from this practice, in my opinion and in my experience. Firstly, if you're playing with music, your timing, your flow, you're getting comfortable playing this 16th note feel generally, then learning a whole load of cool beats, cool bass drum phrases in their own right, but also hopefully being inspired but for cool stuff to play. So by just taking in this information, be more and more in a situation to create something cool. When it's time to come up with your own funky bass drum rhythms, you'll have something to create. All those bars in your pieces where it says, develop or, change on repeat, or times when you're coming up with your own part generally. People always say to me, what should I do in that bit? As if the answer is something really simple. I'll just say it and they'll do it. You build and cultivate and nurture and develop your ability to improvise in this fashion and be creative in this fashion, primarily by taking in and working with good quality information, good quality variations. That's how I see it anyway. That's how I think drummers develop that skill. It's certainly how I try to go about it. So thanks for watching as always. Hope that's helpful. Any questions about any of that, give us a shout. If in doubt, go slow and steady and think it out. Say it out loud if you need to. If you're working up the coordination for these, literally say right stick and bass drum, left stick on its own, right stick and bass, and so on. Just say it out loud, man. Set the precedent. Allow your hands and your feet to see the little combinations involved before working it up. If you're saying to yourself, I'm struggling with these are hard, you're either trying to do something which is at a level you're not currently at, or you're just going too fast, basically. Just slow it down, man. Slow it down. Yeah, so 1 to 4 there, I would say grades 1 and 2, 5 to 8, grades 3 and 4. All right. Cool, man. Thanks for watching as always. Really appreciate it. Have a ton of fun with that. Thanks for watching. I said that already. And please like, share, and subscribe. If you do subscribe and you want to get a notification every time I upload a video, which is pretty much every day, at least once at the minute, please click the little bell icon and you'll get that. And thanks as always to all the amazing people who've supported this channel. I've got a ton of shout outs to do. This is via my Buy Me a Coffee support page, and I really massively appreciate supporting this channel and helping it grow by supporting in that way. There's 2 ways to do it. You can buy me a coffee, so to speak, which is a single one-off support donation, and then you can become a monthly member for a ton of great features. I'll write you a personalized practice plan. You get a free Zoom session or even face-to-face as and when that resumes at my studio in Cambridgeshire in the UK. You get members videos, you get video responses to your questions, and I'll just be on hand, man, as you're working on your practice plan and you're developing. Send me questions, I'll record your video responses and send them back, and so on. I'll be on hand to help you out with your drumming, man, in return for supporting this channel. So new members, shout out recently to Justin and Tom from 3.5 Men Band, Graham, John, Paul, David. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it so much. So many new members in the last week or so. It's so cool. And then coffees. Thanks so much for the coffees to Raymond, Kobe, Steve, and Evie, Mr. T. Thanks, Mr. T. Not the one from the A team. Dave, Brian, Dan A, Becky, Steve, and then a couple of someones. It says somebody bought you a coffee, like mysterious strangers. I like the vibe there. Thanks so much for supporting. I hugely appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, just good luck with your 16th. Anything I can do to help, just give me a shout, let me know. I'll see you soon. Cheers.